Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and let me introduce you to a video I call a study in Pac-12 officiating. Obviously, with the background and probably by my channel logo, if you're clicking on this video, you already know what this game is about. But I just want to say, overall, as a college football enjoyer, I try to remain as unbiased as possible. I can even stick up for my most hated rivals and say they are good teams and whatnot. I try to stay as legit as football as possible because I enjoy the sport, and that just makes it better, in my opinion. But oh boy, as an ASU fan, best believe I watched this one from start to finish, and there were some unbelievable calls. And I didn't even get them all in this video because I couldn't find a full game, a full-fledged, every second of the game on YouTube. I couldn't find it anywhere. I just had to stick with the highlights. And still, I can pull quite the amount of information from just the highlights. I'm going to describe some that I didn't get later on, but let's get straight into this. So, how I'm going to do this, I'm not showing clips because that's just going to get the video taken down. Last time I tried to do that, they just took the video down. So, this is a deep ball thrown by Trenton Bourguet to number 1 Xavier Guillory. Just looks like a contested ball, but notice he's reaching out with one arm. It is a little blurry, so I would recommend, if you would like to actually get involved in this instead of just watching the video, just look up ASU versus Washington, and I clicked on the one Matthew Loves Ball or something like that, and I just was going down until I found the points that I remember. This was a deep shot to Xavier Guillory, and in the game, I could not believe this was not called because watching it back on replay in slow-mo and everything, it's all there. On here, you can't really see it, so go to the video if you want to see it clearly, but there's some grabbing going on right there. Invisible to us right now, but there's some grabbing going on. Don't believe me? That I think that kind of speaks for itself. Now, he still almost makes this catch. It barely falls out. But, I mean, this Washington dude completely has him grabbed. And not even that. I mean, he doesn't even turn and look for this ball. He's just throwing in jabs. Like, he's not even looking at the ball. And no penalty. That is just a minor one as well. Because, I mean, still, this penalty, if this is called, major change in the game. But ASU turns up empty-handed again when the drive really should have continued. Next piece of evidence. This is moments before, this is like top 10 moments before disaster. This is Michael Penix Jr. rolling out to the side, and this angry monster of a defensive player is ready to put Penix in a coffin. What does Penix do when he sees that? Let's get this ball out of here. But in this situation with the player charging, he's like, I'm in it. I'm going. I'm not worried about him throwing this ball. I'm not worried about him making a move. I'm making the tackle. I'm getting this dude down. Here we go. Penix is starting to throw the ball. He's like, I got to get this out or I'm going to get obliterated. Getting ready to throw that ball. Look at him. He's fully extending his arms, sprinting. Keep in mind, I am taking screenshots of a YouTube video in 0.25 speed. These are barely seconds. These aren't even seconds. This is slow time going by. This is like 1 second, this is the next. That's how fast we're moving. And look at him. He's got his arms out, legs rolling. Both of these dudes are running. and Penix is getting ready to throw this arm. Look at how close they are. Right here, ball is released. Look at him. The ball is just ever so slightly released. I kind of wish I would have gotten a better screenshot, but trust, as hard as it is to get a picture that isn't confusing as all hell in this quality, this was the best one that I could get. He kind of like whips it forward. Look at him. He's going in for the tackle. Now, the one penalty that I could understand here is targeting. 3 does bend in with the crown of the helmet, but it's so ever so slight. But that one I can at least agree with somewhat. In this day and age of pussy little football, I can somewhat agree with that being in the rule book. But look at the current stance. Penix just flicks his ball forward. I mean, he kind of just flicks it forward to do whatever. Let's be real. As a human looking down at the floor, do you think Penix threw that ball? I don't think so. Look at him. He can barely. I don't think his eyes are on the ball. I think he's looking at the quarterback. Get right here. He's definitely ready to destroy this quarterback. Try and make a big loss, potentially make Penix fumble. He doesn't even know. I don't even think he knows that the ball is released. He's looking down. He's getting ready to make the tackle. Again, I can sort of agree with that crown of the helmet reaching down like that, but it's so ever so slightly. And to me, it just looks like he's kind of trying to, brace. Why would you just stare your opponent in the eye while you wrap him and hit him? It's natural. It's natural human movement. But look at his arms. Look at his legs. Look at his legs. God, what was this ASU player thinking? Why didn't he just churn into a liquid and dissolve in front of Penix's eyes so Penix didn't get hurt? What was he thinking? Why wouldn't he simply just melt? Why wouldn't he just churn into an air? Why wouldn't he just churn into a bunch of molecules? Why wouldn't a giant hole grow in his stomach so he could avoid Penix? What was he thinking? Oh, I know, he's a fucking human. How are you want him to bend gravity itself and just ruin physics? If he avoids Penix here, we've got to rewrite physics. The world's flipped on its face. We don't know shit anymore. Next frame. Oh, there's the collision. If Penix gets hit in the head, can't really see from this angle if it is head on head. But, if anything, it's 2 tall humans hitting 2 tall humans when you tackle like that. What do you want the ASU player to do? Just, kind of booty tap him? Do a fucking 180 before he runs into Penix? There's multiple moments in football history where it's players try to not hit the quarterback and get that late hit called. And what does the quarterback do? They pull the ball away and they get yards. Big one, Anthony Richardson versus Utah. He pump fakes that ball. What do? They stop and they try to jump and get away. Don't make the hit. Anthony Richardson tucks it and turns and throws it. He gets praised. To me, it's I don't really know if that's all that. I think that's the players trying to be smart about it and trying not to potentially throw the game away because of a penalty. But this dude says, I'm making the sack. I'm making a play. It's a great defensive play. I was out of my seat, jumping in the air when he made this tackle. I could not believe the penalty. But the roughing the passers always got to come with the potential of targeting, and that one is true. Like I said, I can at least agree with the targeting a little bit more than the late hit roughing the passer. But this dude, for making a football play, a fantastic football play, gets ejected for the remainder of the game. Bye-bye. Again, it's all his fault, right? He just, good old 200 pounds, 6 feet fucking tall, can't just do what they do in the damn NCAA football games where you just tap back on your joystick. Why wasn't the giant person playing number 3 or whatever his number is, why didn't they just tap back on the joystick so he'd stop? Come on. It's ridiculous. What do they expect of humans? Only so little superhumans exist in the sport of football, and they're in the Hall of Fame. So, I'm sorry. Number 3 is not going to make the fucking Hall of Fame. So, give us a little bit of a break, officials. Oh, there was one more picture. And look, you can even see him. At this point of the hit, does this look like he's completely grabbed him and wrapped him and ready to just take him to the ground? To me, if anything, this looks like homie being like, oh shit, don't get the late hit. Don't get the late hit. That's what that looks like to me. That looks like the hand of reassurance. Like, oh, I didn't mean to, I wasn't going to hit you. I'm sorry. It was just a mistake. I would never do it again to you, Mr. Penix. Please don't throw a penalty, Mr. Penix. Too damn bad. You're ejected from the game. Bye-bye. And, I mean, Penix sold this one. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of difficult to tell if he really did sell it because quarterbacks are in that weaker gear and whatnot. But, I mean, look at him. It looks like he just got socked in the fucking sniffer. And surely after, when the penalty's thrown and people are pissed off, Penix is still on the ground, comes back later and plays the rest of the fucking game. So you tell me. You tell me whether this is real-time major concussion right here. All right. This one can go two ways. So right here we see Elijah Badger getting might I just say, a pass thrown right at his fucking face and him bobbling it. And this is the area of the situation. These dudes are just merely football players on the football field. This is where the tragedy occurs. You see these two players coming in. This dude's trying to, obviously, you know, if Badger cuts up, bang. So he's trying to get in there. If Badger goes out, bang. This dude's like, I'm going to go deliver a block. However, yes, if the player gets to right here and Badger cuts out and this dude hits him, I believe that is an illegal hit. From what I know. Click forward. Look at this. There's the illegal block. Look at 9. He's like, oh shit, I can't do that. I'm sorry. Like, so this is the first one. This is the second one. We kind of skip forward a little bit. It's a pretty big gap there, I will say. I took that screenshot a little late. But this is, the reason why I took it is this is the moment Elijah Badger secures the football. This is the moment he has full possession of the football now. He's not juggling it anymore. He's got it. Look at this dude. He's blocking, illegal block. He's practically spinning off of him. More proof? You want more? Look at him. He's fully spun around. You might be like, oh, he's falling. Damn, that's just a bad block in the back. Badger's going to run free. Nope. He's still completely on his feet. I mean, does his course really change, y'all? He starts right here at the asterisk, ends up right here at the asterisk, ends up right here at the asterisk, and ends up right there. That, to me, looks like he does this. He does this, which could, yeah, in theory, be the illegal block, but I'm sorry. 9 does not deliver enough of a blow. Now, this one, like I believe I said, is weaker evidence. But this is a very, very, very light call. This could go completely unseen. Because, I mean, seriously, look at one frame. You see him. He's, like, going to go in and block him. Next frame, he's like, I can't fucking do that. I got to spin out. And, yes, he kind of starts right there, ends up right. He really goes from, like, here. He goes from here to here. He doesn't even go like how I said he was. He kind of goes from, like, here to, like, here. Yeah, he goes from like here to here, and then there. He's literally taking a straight line like this. 9 doesn't even affect the course of action. 9 doesn't even affect it. This dude goes from here to here, which with Badger, with the way things go, catching it and going this way, that's the player's course of action. I assumed it would go like that because of the way the player looks like he's running. Dude, all right, that just became way worse. From me looking at it and describing it, it became worse. I thought he went like that. No, he just literally goes like that. From this little marker, he goes boom. I don't even know if that would be called an asterisk. I think I'm saying the wrong thing. But he's right here, right next to it. Now he's right there. Now he's right there. Now he's right there. Boom. We're like boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. That is a line. If it was a block in the back, how would it be a line? I mean, that is simply it. That is simply it. Really. Now, yes, I still do believe this is weaker evidence because this right here, of course, if the player were like right here being pushed off to the side like that, like running in like this, or running in like that and then getting pushed off like that, or running in like that and getting pushed off like that, forced to loop around, makes sense. But seriously, he runs in a straight line. Tell me if I'm wrong from what you think in the comments. I mean, said dude runs in a line. 9 simply just, he kind of goes like boom like that off of him, spins off. You can literally see him go. You can see him take, he's right there, and now he is completely spun around. He like 180s. He 180s. Almost 360s around. And this dude's course of path is unaffected. Completely unaffected. And I mean, that just became even worse in my eyes. Now let's talk about from what I saw that I wasn't able to do. All right, let's go ahead and talk about, sorry, I was trying to remember. Let's go ahead and talk about what did I see that I wasn't able to find. So I was really spending time trying to figure this one out. I could not find where this fade route. There is this player, number 9, who is actually the sad victim of this play, who was running this little like fade route or something to the corner, and the ball's thrown, he can't catch it, he kind of gets like shoved around and whatnot. Pass interference gets called. Obviously, Washington crowd doesn't like it because they'll always stick up for their team. And who I'm watching with, I'm watching it with my dad. We're both like, all right, they pick up the flag. I don't really get that. It's a good thing they pick up the flag. And then the players or the announcers are like, let's take a look at this. And the first thing we see, like from seriously, like from play to snap, we see like just the Arizona State's player, whole jersey. I'm doing it to myself right now. His whole jersey is just being tugged. I wish I could seriously just like explain it, but I'm not going to show my fucking face. Like, his whole jersey is being grabbed onto. Like, you can see, like, his neck and chest. His whole jersey's being grabbed onto. And me and my dad we just shoot out of our chairs. And what? How was that not called? We were wrong. There was total pass interference. They pick up the flag like it never even happened. I really wish I could have found that one, but I could not find it anywhere. I couldn't find it anywhere at all. And until I find like a full game like rewind, of course they always like to do the highlights and whatnot. They never do like the real full game and whatnot, at least from what I've seen. But if I were able to find that, I will definitely say something about it. But that was my most major piece of evidence. I would have loved to show that because, I mean, seriously, it is the most blatant pass interference. But not only was it pass interference, they pick it up. They threw it, but they pick it up. I mean, seriously, we all know it exists. It's been said for years. The Pac-12 officiating, the Pac-12 bias, trying to keep the strong teams strong. It's real. As a Pac-12 fan, I hate to say that it's real. And it showed in this game. It showed a lot. I believe a lot of people out there agree that ASU was screwed out of this one by officiating. But let me just say, as an ASU fan, this one struck me as infuriating because Virginia, they just got their glory, and ASU was scrubbed out of theirs. So that's all I have to say about this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys agree. Like and subscribe would help. A comment always helps, and that's all for me. Adios.